I'm gonna fucking say it. And I'm gonna fucking say it one time, and I'm gonna say it good.
I'm gonna say the N-word. Mrs. Obama, get down!
Yo, 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 pop, pop, it's your boy, Jordan Cino here, and welcome back to another cringy-ass video on the dark web, and today, I can barely contain my goddamn excitement, because we finally get to make another Sony Fanboy Twitter video, which honestly, I really haven't been capitalizing on how good of a month this is for Sony Pony Salt. Like, we've had, what is it, 4 PlayStation exclusives announced for PC within this month, and we're barely even halfway through. So yeah, it's looking to be a pretty good month. But anyway, what's today's video about? Today's video is about the recent Xbox Games Showcase, which in my opinion was pretty okay. I don't know, I'm not really too excited for too many of the games from it. I don't know, a few of the things I'm excited for are Redfall because I fucking love vampires, and for Persona 5 Royal to come out on PC. That's really it. I don't really care or have an opinion on too many of the other games, so please don't ask me what I thought of Starfield, because I don't really care, like, you know, I never really planned on playing it. And there will be no Starfield arguments in my goddamn comments section. I don't know, unless you guys really want to. Actually, you know what? I'd rather you do it, increases engagement. Now, more specifically, what we are talking about in this video is the reaction to the Xbox Showcase from Sony Fanboys. Because holy shit, they are coping hard. I mean, then again, it couldn't be easy for them to lose 4 of their precious exclusives in 1 month. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at some of the reactions from these absolute man-children. Starting with this clip from MBG's livestream reacting to this, where he talks about Kojima making an Xbox game. I mean, you can just tell he's pretty mad about it. Honestly, let's have a watch.
Also, I'm gonna fucking say it. And I'm gonna fucking say it one time, and I'm gonna say it good.
Okay, am I the only one who thought that he was gonna say the N-word and then end this stream?
I sure hope. And yes, you will sense the salt in this.
I wouldn't worry about that too much, my buddy gamers. I am sensing the salt already.
I sure do hope that any Xbox fan, Xbox player, anybody who is playing on Xbox as their preferred platform, I sure do hope that you
keep that same energy
that you had when Death Stranding released.
Oh my god, of course this motherfucker is still salty about the fact that people didn't like Death Stranding. Like, dude, what's it been? Nearly 3 years since Death Stranding released. I think it's time to let it go.
Because as somebody who was always a believer in Death Stranding, even when I was playing on Xbox as my preferred platform, I was still a believer in Death Stranding, and I said from the start, I'm gonna get a PlayStation to play this game. Even when the gameplay came out, and it turns out it was a lot different than what we were anticipating. And everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people, especially Xbox fans, were shitting all over that game, dude. And they still do to this day. Walking FedEx Simulator.
Look, I've got no idea whether or not Death Stranding is any good. I haven't played it, but dude, imagine being this salty that a bunch of people didn't like the same game as you. I mean, dude, you can just taste the oceans of fanboy salt coming from this one grown man who is still upset that people didn't like the same game as him. Like, oh, boohoo, cry me a river.
But you know what? They're not going to keep the same energy. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to come out and they're going to be like, well, it's because Kojima's Xbox game is going to be better.
Bruh, this fucking guy is coping hard. I mean, dude, how do you know that it won't be better than Death Stranding? It very well could be. In fact, fuck that. It could just be a completely different game altogether. Like, dude. I mean, it's not like they're making fucking Death Stranding 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Right? That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. How much do you wanna bet that when the gameplay gets revealed, this motherfucker's gonna be out there trying to find every way possible to compare the game to Death Stranding?
And you know what? I'm just saying, look, you weren't there for Death Stranding.
I mean, clearly your father wasn't there for you.
You didn't support it, you shit all over it.
Oh, you didn't like a video game that I liked. That means you're not allowed to like this one. Bro, this man is coping hard. Now let's take a look at our good friend JayTech reacting to the news of Persona 3, 4, and 5 being announced for PC, even though Persona 4 was already on PC. But anyway, let's take a look at that.
Persona. This is where where they get Persona. And remember, this information was already given out to you. It looks like they're getting all of them. But this was something I've been saying. How long have I been saying it, Truity? I've been saying this shit for years, right?
Oh yes, JayTech, you've been saying that Persona 5 is gonna come to PC for years. Oh yeah, 100% fucking believable. It's honestly funny, considering he did the exact same thing with Spider-Man when that got announced to PC, saying, oh yeah, I saw this coming the entire time, even though, you know, he clearly fucking didn't. Honestly, at this point, it's just really funny watching JayTech flip the narrative and trying to act like he knew that this was gonna happen the entire time when, you know, he clearly fucking didn't. I mean, maybe he realized that Persona 5 was gonna come to PC after Persona 4 Golden was released on PC, which if you remember, JayTech didn't like very much since he went out of his way to go and spoil the game for PC gamers. Anyway, there isn't really much to say about this other than that, so let's move on to the Twitter Tards section of this video. Starting with this tweet I found from a user by the name of Dunishan. It says, Persona is coming to Xbox. This is for you, Atlas. And attached is a picture of him flipping off his PlayStation, which is broken on the ground. I mean, he barely even broke it, but it's honestly quite funny that he thinks Atlas even fucking cares. This next tweet comes from hard8_times. It says, games for PlayStation gamers that support devs versus broke Xbox gamers that want games for free via Xbox Game Pass. And he's got two pictures, one of Spider-Man and one of an indie game that is obviously on Game Pass. I mean, if you needed proof that Sony fanboys can't look at games outside of graphics, here you have it. I mean, bro, this motherfucker hasn't even played the game on the right, and yet he knows it's terrible. I mean, then again, PlayStation fanboys were the same people defending Marlus, so, you know, I don't really expect intelligence from them. This next tweet comes from Charles the Goat, responding to Xbox. PlayStation own mid-box. Now, as much as I want to insult him for how uncreative the mid-box insult is, I do have to give him credit that he probably spent a very long time trying to come up with that one. So credit where credit's due. Can we get some goat emojis in the comments for our boy Charles here? This next tweet comes from Robbie Rules 124. It says, why is the creator of Metal Gear Solid switching to Xbox? Just wondering. They're not switching to Xbox. Kojima's company is an independent studio. They can make games for whoever the fuck they want. This next tweet comes from The Red Dragon. It says, Minecraft Legends has almost 1 million more views than Starfield gameplay reveal in first 48 hours of Xbox Bethesda. For comparison, Starfield has 4 million views in 48 hours. God of War Ragnarok hit 10 million in 24 hours. Spider-Man 2 had 9 million. Wolverine 7 million. Response not living up to the hype. I mean, bro, who the legitimate fuck cares how many views the trailers for games have? Imagine being this much of a loser that you're just looking at all the views like, oh yes, this is proof that PlayStation is better. Get owned, all you Xbox fanboys. Okay, this next one comes from PlayStation Vortex. It says, PS3 games look better than this. Laughing, crying emoji. Okay, I don't care what anyone's opinion on Starfield is, but it does not look like a fucking PS3 game. You'd have to be actually brain dead to think that, which I guess PlayStation fanboys are, so makes sense. PlayStation better. PlayStation better games. PlayStation has better games. Honestly, I just find it funny here that they can't think of anything better to say than PlayStation better. Anyway, this next tweet is fucking funny. Like, I really gotta wonder what was going on in the dude's head when he wrote this, but it comes from Andrew Schnock. It says, Xbox is raw-dogging every game industry right now. The CEO of PlayStation has to be on the phone cutting deals now. Bro, what the fuck? Bro, that's actually some of the funniest shit I've ever goddamn read. Like, this motherfucker was that upset over Xbox literally just having games. I mean, bro, imagine. Like, it's honestly funny how these fanboys have to cope now that they can no longer say that Xbox has no games. Like, they've been saying that for years, and now they've got to come to terms with the fact that Xbox now does have games. Although really they've always had games considering, you know, third-party shit still exists. Anyway, this next tweet comes from Omega HVC. It says, unpopular opinion, but Atlas, you can go and fuck yourself for doing that. Congrats on stabbing PlayStation in the back and taking away one of its only good PlayStation exclusive games. At Atlas West. My guy, chill the fuck out. They're not taking anything away from you. If you want to play the game on PlayStation, you still can. Like, bro, you aren't losing the ability to play the game. It just means more people can play it. Anyway, that's the end of today's video. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter, @JordanCSNo. Subscribe to my second channel, JordanCS2. Links to both of those will be in the description. Please don't send any hate over to any of the accounts mentioned in this video. It's really unneeded. But that's all for today. So until the next one, piss off.